Hey, everybody, and welcome to Forever Active Live. We're happy that you're joining us today for another one of our inspirational series interviews. So, again, my name is Linda, and I'm here with two amazing people. Of course, my partner in crime, Roberto,
Everybody,
and then our very, very special guest today, Suze Lee. Hey,
Hello.
Suze, welcome.
welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh yeah, we're glad that you're here. I know that Suze and I'm sure Roberto will share some stories too, but we met a number of years ago, and I remember seeing Suze in action and just like, oh my goodness, just like watching her move and interact with a group, like you could just sense like her just love of fitness and just her passion for really motivating people and inspiring people to stay fit and healthy. So we're really anxious to be able to hear some little nuggets from you and just to hear kind of your story.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And Roberto, do you want to tell everybody like why we're doing this inspiration series?
Absolutely, yes. So we have realized that since Linda and I started this community Forever Active, we have a lot of people, a lot of incredible people out there that are constantly inspiring us and also inspiring so many others. So we thought that it would be a great idea to get to know these people like Susan, a little bit more so then we can know more and we can get even more inspired, but also for everyone out there, so you can get to know how incredible this person, Suze Lee, is for us. And I can share where I met Suze actually, which was very similar to what Linda said. It was a couple of, like 2, 3 years ago at one of the local gyms here. I walked in and I could feel this energy coming out of this room. I could hear the woo, ha, woo, and there was some kind of Latin rhythm going on there. So of course I was just really attracted right away by that. And I walked in and it was a packed class. And it was just this group of people really enjoying moving and dancing and just getting inspired, by 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 dancing together. And of course, the leader of the pack was our dear friend Sue. So since then, I really got to know her more, and I'm so excited that we have this opportunity to get to know you better today. So let's actually jump right into. So I'm dying to find out, and I know that everyone out there is as well. How did you start your fitness journey? What made you start?
Well, I would say I started being active as a child. I took dance lessons from around middle school to high school. I took tap, ballet, and jazz. I was never into team sports, though. That was the one thing I did not enjoy. And then when I went to college, I met a lot of friends who were very active. They love to play sports. So I've been introduced to beach volleyball. I've been introduced to, skiing and snowboarding and tennis and golf, so many different things, but I actually never stuck to any of them. I mean, I love playing with my friends. I love spending time with them. We've gone camping and hiking, so many things. Even my husband, who is now my current husband now, who was my boyfriend at the time, was very active also. So he introduced me to snowboarding and he introduced me to golf. So it was great to hang out with these friends, but it wasn't until after my third child that I actually stepped foot into a gym. And that my friend invited me to a Zumba class. And I remember taking that class and not being able to follow along, maybe 50%, but I remember leaving thinking, wow, this was fun. So I kept going and I tried different instructors and I just loved it. And soon after, I got licensed to teach Zumba. And that's when I kind of stuck to fitness, but through music and dance.
Wow, I cannot even imagine like you not being able to follow and being able to step ever. I can't even imagine that.
Well, I haven't danced for a while, and so it was different, just going back into it. And but yeah, it took a few tries. I like with any fitness class, it usually takes a few classes to
Yeah.
kind of get into the groove. And so once I got into it, I just loved it. And it was really the music and the instructor that
Yes.
made me fall in love with the class.
Wow. And so how long was it like from like when you first took, a group fitness class till then when you started teaching?
So Zumba was my first group fitness class. And I took it for maybe 2 years. And then I decided to go for the training and became an instructor and pretty much taught right away. I started subbing. And then after that, I got my AFA, group fitness certification. And then I discovered Pop Pilates in 2016. So I fell in love with that also because of the driving factor, which is the music.
Yeah.
You
Right.
work out to fun music and makes a class go by fast, and you just enjoy it.
Yes, music definitely is a big driving
Yes.
factor, right? In keeping you motivated to work out. It can sometimes, it can kind of really either make or break a workout,
Yeah.
it really can.
Yeah.
So yeah. Wow,
Um,
well, that's fantastic. And I'm also just like, I just can't even believe that you have 3 boys. Like,
Actually, I have two girls and one boy.
oh, 2 girls
Yeah,
and a boy.
and,
Okay.
and,
Well,
and and
so
a fur
fortunate-
baby who's a girl.
Pardon me?
My fur baby, the dog, she's a
Oh,
girl.
okay.
I count her
Okay.
as a child.
Wow. Well, yeah, that definitely keeps you super, super busy for sure.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think also that, being a super mom, like Linda, you're a super mom as well, and you, Suze, of course, right? I think that helps you, like when you're in class, sometimes, to kind of maybe take charge and give directions, and at the same time, allow yourself to have a good time. Because I remember just, whenever I remember the first time I saw you, Suze, you were teaching, I think it was Zumba Gold. That I remember that I was dancing in the back, and you said, come up. And I came and we did a little bit of dancing together, which really made the class so much fun. I remember all the people in classes were like, "What's this guy? What's going on here?" But that's fantastic. That's great.
That was so fun. I
Yeah.
remember we were dancing a bachata,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, this guy can dance. He's so
I know.
It was very fun.
Great.
Oh, that was really, really fun. Cool. Well, on the note of just like being active and fit and healthy, and I know that you teach a wide like variety of participants and a wide kind of age range of participants and stuff. But it's like, what does being really fit and active and healthy mean to you?
Well, I think being fit and active means I can continue to do my everyday activities and also decrease the risk of injuries from my activities. So, for example, when I first started teaching Zumba, I was getting injured a lot because at that time I wasn't teaching Pop Pilates, my core was weak. And so it would be simple things like getting out of bed funny and I would tweak my back, or reaching for a laundry basket and I would tweak my back. And that would last a week. I would have to find a sub. I mean, it was a bummer. So once I discovered Pop Pilates in 2016, I started working really hard, trying to get better, strengthening my core, teaching the classes, and knock on wood, the injuries are much less now or non-existent. So I think it is really important to be fit and healthy so I can continue doing my activities. You know what I mean? Continue to teach, hang out with my family. My family is very active as well.
Yeah,
So we can
I like
go traveling.
sorry, I like hearing that. It's like, that you need sort of a variety of different activities and not just like just do one over and over and over again,
Right.
because as you said, it can really kind of, those overuse injuries sneak up on you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love also when you mentioned the fact that because another question that I know I wanted to ask you is like, how does being fit, right, enhances your daily life? And you mentioned it because all of a sudden, like you're able, you're not going to tweak your back when you take that heavy laundry basket, and put it up somewhere, or when you get out of bed. I remember once, many years ago, during a time where I was not very active. I'm going to have to admit to that. I tweak my back brushing my teeth.
Oh my goodness.
I know, right? Because I turn around and I couldn't believe it,
Yeah.
and then, so I definitely can relate to what you just said. So that was a great takeaway for our viewers out there.
Yeah. And like just also like how really important that, we talk a lot in our Forever Active videos. We talk a lot about, how important core is. And, it's really involved in every single movement that you do. And I think a lot of times like that, people, when they think, oh, core, they just think abs, abs, abs. And not just that it's the back as well, to really do a lot of that back extensor work is so, so important. Yeah,
Right.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So, how do you like what motivates you to keep going and keep staying active and being active?
Well, I think a couple things. First of all, I have to kind of remember why I do what I do. I have to always go back to the original reason of why do I do what I do. And, of course, it's trying to stay healthy and continue to keep up with my family, active lifestyle. And also these students, I love them. They come, they're consistent, they really are committed to their health. And so as a leader, you feel that kind of commitment towards them as well to help them. And other things I do is to take classes that I enjoy. So, because of the pandemic, I was able to take virtual classes such as Bhangra dancing, which I love. It's a high impact dance fitness class, originally from India. And then Kizomba workshops, which is the opposite. It's more of a partner sensual dance, but it's also very, very fun. So I've been able to explore those type of dances to kind of keep me motivated.
Yeah, somehow I knew your family was gonna be mentioned in there
Yeah.
to keep up with them.
Oh yeah. My
Okay.
family likes to so they go biking and it's not like a 2 mile bike ride, it's like 10 to 15 miles,
Oh, wow.
all four of them. And so when I go with them, I have to be able to keep up or they'll be waiting for me. Even skiing, I mean, I was never a great skier, but already now I'm lagging behind them. But still being able to go and ski, I mean, I really am grateful that I'm able to do that with them.
That's incredible, Susan. You're doing so many activities, between dancing and Pilates and skiing and bike rides, and I'm sure there's even many more, right? Play, because I know I remember one thing that made me really think about staying active, and this is why also I think one of the reasons that Lynn and I decided to pick the name Forever Active, because it's the idea of the ability to stay active throughout life and having that level of longevity and being able to do things with your kids, or you want to go take a class, a dance class, and Masala Bhangra, I know that very well, actually. I've taken some of those classes when I lived in New York City, and that was intense because it is a high impact workout. It's a lot of that with the hands, and it was really a lot of fun. So I keep hearing the word fun in everything that you do, right? So can you maybe tell us more about that? Why is fun so important for you?
Well, that keeps you motivated, right?
Okay.
You have to have fun. I mean, if I had to go to the gym and just use workout machines, that's not fun to me. It might be for someone else, but for me, I like to be in a class with other people. There's a social aspect to it, and also the music and the instructor. Like you said, when you came into my class years ago, and there's just that energy with all these people dancing together. That's fun. That's fun to me.
Do
Absolutely.
do you I'm sorry, Roberto. I was just gonna ask, have any of your children taken any of your classes and worked out with you?
Yeah, in the beginning, I used to drag them to my classes. So yeah, they tried dancing, but they have their own activities. They're more into sports, but yeah, they have moves.
Okay, I was just
Oh, I bet.
wondering.
I'm sure it runs in the family. Um, Suze, there's actually one very important aspect that I think we touched already upon, which is the ability that people like you have to inspire and motivate others. So one thing that I know is very important is is what would you recommend? What would you suggest? What would you say to someone who is either just starting right now, or they are, sort of restarting their fitness because they've been sedentary for a long time? Maybe give them like two or three kind of like best practices or best tips.
Well, one of the tips I've actually told some of my friends is just do it. I know that sounds simple and easier said than done, but if you start to think about why you should or shouldn't do it, then you start hesitating and giving yourself reasons. So my first suggestion is just do it. That class that you're interested in, sign up for it. Just do it. Pay for it. The other thing I also would tell people is to just kind of surround yourself with people who have similar fitness goals as you, who like to work out. You can also start out small. You can go for hikes or walks with your friends. Start off small, and then step into a class with drag your friend. It's always more fun with a friend, right? So
Yes.
I've done that before, where I've asked a friend to come with me, or a friend asked me to go. And when you do something new, then you discover something you may really enjoy. So those are kind of my
Yeah,
couple
those
of
are great.
tips.
Yeah, those are really, really nice. Yeah, and I can definitely, kind of going outside of your comfort zone can be a little intimidating and scary, but I think, like you said, when you drag someone, you can just kind of, be partners in crime, so to speak, and then explore something new, and who knows, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you could fall in love with it, or the other thing I was thinking too is that, when you were mentioning about just do it, and it sounds really easy, but a lot of times I always say to people, like, the absolute hardest part is just getting there, or just lacing up the shoes. Like, that's like or rolling out the mat if it's a yoga workout or a Pilates workout. It's like that's like the hardest part. And then once you get into it, you're like, okay, this isn't bad at all. I actually really like this. So yeah, so it's cool. Very good pointers there. And I like the starting small too.
oh yeah,
And also just like challenging yourself and going outside your comfort zone a bit, because we say forever active, but we're forever growing too, right? Like, that's such an opportunity to grow and learn. So that I think is a continuum throughout life as well, and should never stop, right?
yeah. And I
Definitely.
think also for me, what I can, as I was thinking about what you were just saying, just do it, right? I think also what that sometimes is also good to find out what you don't want to do, because sometimes you can think about it, so you do it, at least you tried it, you had the experience, and you can have a positive outcome from that experience, saying, okay, I tried it, it's not for me, next, you know and I think that also really makes a big difference, and having that courage. I know it's just kind of that, let's take a risk, right? Let's try that Zumba class or that
Yeah,
Masala Bangra, you know
yeah,
Exactly. If
definitely.
you don't try it, you'll never know.
You'll never know.
Never
Exactly.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you mentioned earlier too about people like give it a few chances, give it a few tries, before you really make up
Yeah.
your mind. I think that's really important too, because, a lot of times I always tell people like that are trying something new, or like that we're coming to a new class. It's like like your biggest focus today should be like seeing what happens in here, and like taking in, like, okay, what is this really all about? It's like that should really kind of be your focus today. It's just kind of figuring this whole thing out. And then as you feel more comfortable with it, then you jump into it a little bit more and commit to it a little bit more. And yeah, and then it becomes old hat, time to do something else, try something else new.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. All righty. Well, we sure
Well,
have
well,
enjoyed talking with you and chatting with you, Suze. Thank you again so much for your time. Like, we really appreciate it. We know like time is just, one of the ultimate gifts you can give someone. So we really, really appreciate that.
absolutely. And Susan, then we want to maybe share with everybody where people want to, find out more about you. You're on social media, right? You're on Facebook, right?
Yes, I'm on both. So
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram. You can follow me Happy SUSDNCE, which is supposed to be Happy Sue's Dance on Instagram. But
Okay.
a quick story about that. One
Yes.
of my friends, when he first saw my handle, he's like, "Does it mean happy sustenance?" And I'm like, "No," but I'm like, "That's kind of a cool thing." So I'm gonna go with that. And then on Facebook, it's just Seuss
Absolutely.
Lee.
That's fantastic. Yes, please, everyone out there, just, Suze is incredible. She's inspiring. She's motivating. We are so lucky to have you being part of our Forever Active community out there. And thank you for sharing your thoughts with us today and with our viewers.
Thank you so much for having me today. I really enjoyed our
Oh,
time.
absolutely.
All right. Well, we know where we can follow what you're up to. So
Yeah,
doing that
absolutely.
for sure.
Sure will.
All right. Well, to our Forever Active community, thanks for joining us today for this inspirational interview with Suze Lee. And you know where you can find her on Facebook and Instagram. And we look forward to doing more inspiration series videos for you guys and some more workouts as well. So that said, everybody stay forever active.
Forever Active. Everybody take care.
Bye
Bye,
for now.
Suze. Bye-bye.